For our United Way Spotlight of the Week, I'm joined by Janice Webb from Early On. So Janice, it's nice to see you, by the way. Good, thank you for being with us today. Early On deals with the early years of a child, starting before they're even born, right to age 5. And I guess that's about the time they get into the school system. Have I pretty much summed it up?
Yeah, pretty well. So Early On centers across Ontario offer high-quality, free drop-in programs for families, children, and caregivers. And the environments are all warm, welcoming, just places where families, caregivers, and children can grow, learn, and connect together. So this is a provincial program, and we're very fortunate here in Kingston that Kingston Community Health Centers and the Boys and Girls Club were the lucky ones to receive the funding here in Kingston to provide these programs across several sites in Kingston.
So you're able to use the facilities at the Boys Girls Club?
Yeah, so we actually, one of the mandates of the program is to make sure that the programs are accessible to families in their communities. So we basically run programs in churches, a lot of schools, in the Boys and Girls Club East and West, Kingston Community Health Centers itself. And the reason for that is so that families and caregivers can just walk to the programs and get there and interact with other families and caregivers and other children in a setting that's set up and it's purposely set up for children to grow and learn in. So yeah, I think we probably have in Kingston maybe 15 sites between the two of us, so we're in, Strathcona Park, we're in Vista Center, we're at New Life Church, we're in just about a lot of the schools here in Kingston. So
and the services are all free?
Yeah, so all of the services are free for any family. The only qualifiers are that you're pregnant or have a child under the age of 6. And the unique thing with this program is you don't have to be the parent. We have a lot of grandparents bringing their children. We have a lot of home daycare providers or other caregivers that are doing childcare for people bring their children. So it's a really, really safe place for us to help these people develop their role as the child's first educator and enhance their well-being and enrich their knowledge about early learning and development. So, everybody can come, and as long as you have a child under the age of 6.
So babies don't come. They're not like an IKEA dresser where they come with a set of instructions. So and people think it comes instinctively, that you'll know what to do. You'll just instinctively know what to do. Is that true?
Well, I'd like to think it's true, but having my own kids, I found out, no, that's not true. No, all parents have questions, and that's the beauty of these programs is that most of our staff are parents themselves, and they know, what it's like to all of a sudden have this newborn baby that doesn't want to nurse or doesn't want to sleep or cries a lot or sleeps too much. And so all parents have all kinds of questions that they need answered. And by coming to an Early On program, you have staff that are qualified. We only hire early childhood educators. And all programs have two staff there so that there's lots of opportunity for questions to be asked and for us to get the answers that the families need. And if we don't have the answer, we know where to go to get it. We work really well with our community partners here in Kingston. And we also make sure that families are connected to all the resources, because as your child's growing, you might notice they're not speaking as well as you'd like, or you're wondering, is he learning how to talk properly? Or they might have some behaviors that you're a little worried about. So we are very connected to services like Early Expressions, Kids Inclusive, other services here in Kingston. So if their kids have mental health issues, we can make sure that they get the services they need at the right time, at the right place.
It almost seems like your agency takes the place of Or the mom and the grandmother and the aunts, because we used to live in the same city as our parents, and we became more mobile with jobs taking us elsewhere. So we don't necessarily have that anymore, where you call up your mom and say, is this normal? You know, is this, or did I do this? And it seems like you're taking the place of a lot of those resources.
Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, it takes a village to raise a child mentality. And we know that, you know, lots of families, like for instance, when all of our people immigrated here, you know, they don't have their family with them. So having people in the community that, you know, can answer those questions in the moment is very important. And so, yeah, everybody has opportunities to FaceTime, you know, with families and friends, but in the moment, it's nice to have somewhere to go where you can just have somebody that is warm and welcoming and answer your questions.
So Janice, I understand that the United Way played a big part in your success. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I can. United Way has been a partner with us for years and years and years. I've been with the organization for 30 years, and United Way has supported us right from the very beginning. Kingston Community Health Centers, we provide typically services to families that are more marginalized, that, you know, more often live in poverty or have mental health issues. And so although Early On is for everybody in the Kingston area, we make sure that that families that need it the most get it as well. And so United Way has always supported us to reduce the barriers to participation to our programs. And by that, I mean some of our families need help with transportation, food support, just prenatal, when they're pregnant, prenatal nutrition, vitamins, good food boxes. Those types of supports and resources are things that United Way have just always funded us for, because the ministry that gives us our money, they don't often fund those things. Those are the frills. And unfortunately, in our society, and especially during COVID, there's been a lot of times where families just need a little bit more because they've either lost their jobs, they're under a lot of mental health stress. So reducing the barriers is something United Way has always done for us. And they've always known that it takes a village to raise a child, and they've been there right through the whole program. And they've given us money to provide parenting programs to increase resilience in the community. And throughout COVID, I mean, they just pivoted and allowed us to work with them to make sure that we were still providing what we needed for our families. And
that's great
they're a
to
great
know.
organization.
Great to know, Janice.
Yeah.
And they deserve our support. Thank you so much for being with us today.